Welcome to this eLearn Security video lesson on Stealthily Spreading the Compromise through Windows Server Update Services. In this video, we're going to cover how to gain access to an unattended administrator's machine by performing an evil-made attack. We will then show how to stealthily spread the compromise using an organization's own Windows Server Update services. The presented attack does not utilize any malicious ticket generation or malicious group policy to spread the compromise. It simply leverages the widespread interconnection of Windows Server Update services. It should be noted that a patch does exist for the evil-made attack, but it won't be surprising to find the patch missing since this attack requires physical access and is therefore considered unlikely. The same attack could be performed remotely if remote desktop is enabled on the administrator's machine. The initial foothold is gained through a rogue domain controller and a good degree of network manipulation. Finally, with access to the organization's WSUS, a malicious update is injected into the update database and spread across all machines. First, we note the domain name and the administrator's username. We're going to create a rogue domain controller with the same domain name. Inside our rogue domain controller, we create a user with the same username as the administrator we identified and set his password as expired. Next, we fire up Responder so that, through malicious responses, the administrator's machine authenticates with our rogue domain controller. Poisoned answers are sent to the administrator's machine, causing it to communicate with our rogue domain controller. We log in using the password we specified in our rogue domain controller. This is because the administrator's machine now communicates with our rogue domain controller. We are required to change the password. This is because we set the password in our rogue domain controller as expired. We enter one of our choosing. Before logging in, we should shut down both Responder and the rogue domain controller so that no trust issues occur. To prevent the administrator's machine from authenticating with the organization's domain controller, we are firing up Responder again, but on our attacking machine this time. We click OK to move on with logging into the machine. The whole procedure we performed using the rogue domain controller actually poisoned the machine's cached credentials entry. The login procedure was performed successfully against the cached credentials. We can now explore the administrator's machine. Since we are after the organization's WSUS, let's do some reconnaissance. We'll have to persist on the machine to identify the administrator's real credentials. Luckily, we have local administrator privileges. We are hiding PowerShell Empire's stager into the registry. Our persistence mechanism is set. We're good to go. We lock the administrator's machine and walk away. The administrator returns and logs in using his usual domain credentials. Our persistence mechanism kicks in. Let's escalate our privileges using the Bypass UAC module that misuses Event Viewer. A new agent checks in with elevated privileges this time. we are able to extract the administrator's real password in clear text from memory. Now, let's identify if the targeted administrator is a member of the domain admins group. The targeted administrator is a member of the domain admins group. Great. Using his credentials, we can log into the organization's WSUS and continue from there. Let's try to RDP into WSUS using the identified credentials. We're in. We're going to use the WSUS Pendu tool and inject a malicious update into the update database. We can specify any command we want to be executed using psexec. We will have to approve the malicious update so that it is pushed to all workstations of the organization. By the time the workstation asks WSUS whether there is an update for installation, our malicious update will appear. This concludes our video lesson. Thank you for watching.